everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys and this is your fortnightly pick a card reading. Today you have a choice between Group 1 is this owl, Group 2 the wheel, Group 3 is this urn water pitcher, and Group 4 is this heart. So take a moment and go into your heart and choose on the basis of your intuition. Let's see what your card is. Your guardian angel is about love. It says, love yourself unconditionally and ask for help. So you might be, Group 1, feeling maybe a bit vulnerable at the moment. But let's see what your cards say. Group 1, your near past. You have the 10 of coins, which speaks about happiness and happy families, and this is a past energy and it's affecting now. So what I'm thinking, especially with the 3 of swords in the center there and with this card, you are recovering from a situation where you felt stability and now maybe you were, for some reason, have been kicked out of that situation, even if it was a choice, your choice. So you have the 2 of swords in reverse. So something that was stuck for a while is now has become unstuck. So something has had some kind of finality, I think. So maybe you could have had a choice between 2 people, or somebody made a choice between you and someone else, or it could be work as well. I'm feeling a lot of heart energy here, even though you don't have a lot of cups, but there's a lot of swords. So whatever it was, has hurt a lot. But you're healing from whatever this is. There's been a lot of pain, I feel. You're healing from it. You have what you need to think about, 7 of swords. What is good for you and what is not good for you, Group 4. There feels to me like there could be a lot of negative energy geared towards you, like look at this. That indicates a bunch of flowers, right? But they are made of swords, really. And the person is crossing their fingers like, let me get away with this. I hope I can get away with this. So that's the energy around you that you need to be aware of, and maybe you are, Group 1. But the fact that it shows up in your reading suggests that you really need to keep your eyes open Don't be naive. You have to look after yourself. And then you get the moon as well in the reverse. So something is not at all clear for you. Something is not at all clear. You get the Queen of Cups in the unconscious. This is, I feel, maybe your downfall in a way, that you want to see that in others, or in a situation you want to, this is what you hanker after, is this loving energy. And given that it's beneath the surface here in the unconscious, it's what you are maybe aspiring to. So that's a good thing in a way. I think that there are two messages. One is, don't be too, let me get a clarifier for that rather, because I was going to say don't be too much in your heart, but maybe if that's what you need to be, well, I feel now with the devil, it's saying that first message. So there's a need for this energy, this gentle, nurturing energy. But I feel like it's about you being discerning about where you place that energy. And with the devil there, there's also this need to be devilish. Take power and use your power wisely, but definitely own that power. Group 1, I think maybe you have been in danger of relinquishing power, and I think often when we are trying to come into our hearts, maybe like when we are having a kind of awakening experience, we might flop one way, go to one extreme while we're trying to find our balance, when we're always seeking that balance, I think. And maybe you have been in your heart, and right now you are needing that, absolutely. But the challenge is to be in that while also standing in your power and standing up for your value and your worth. And here's you taking no prisoners. Here's you saying, I want truth, I want clarity, and you are speaking truth and giving clarity. That's your energy, and I think that's lovely. And around you is the 5 of coins. The immediate thing that I felt is that you are moving away from spaces where you feel like an outsider. We'll get a clarifier for that, and then you get, you've got a lot of 5s, which to me suggests a lot of change. And if you think about it, your 3 and 2 of swords comes to 5, which is about change. So you've got the 5 of swords, 5 of wands, and the 5 of coins here. So there is a lot of change going on for you. You are, and you are handling it. You are going to handle it. You are coming out of this feeling of pain. And what I would say, group 1, is that experience that pain. Sit with it. It's part of your journey of growth, of self-growth, and looking within, So in the near future, you get the 5 of wands in the reverse. So you are letting go of energy that is competitive or like blocking you somehow, and that's good. And then you have the 5 of swords, which is your advice. And your advice, you get the 5 of swords. I think it's asking you to be wise. You know what came to me here? There's a thing in the Bible. I know the Bible keeps coming up for me. That thing about taking the thing out of your brother's eye when you're not looking at your own eye. So I think be look within, worry about yourself, and I think that comes back to this power here. Let me get a clarifier for this. But you may be needing to focus on your healing right now. And I think that your relationship with others is about this getting clarity. Let me just take a moment. I'm getting lots of thoughts here. I'll get a clarifier for the 5 of Swords here. And then in your outcome, you have the Strength card, which to me is saying that you are calling on your spiritual strength. You are relying on your spiritual strength there with the 8 of coin, with the Strength card. So you are taking back your power, I feel, group 1, which is really good. I think it's necessary. Let me get this 8 of Swords keeps coming out. So maybe this relationship or whatever it was that was like happy families was also like a trap. It was keeping you stuck in a perceived cage. Especially in your mind, you were being kept stuck. Okay, I'll take that one. Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel right now your work is internal. It's about re-loving yourself, committing to loving yourself and healing that part of you that has been hurt. Another 5 here. Wow. Okay. I didn't even look at the beneath the deck of the other. Oh, the Devil again. Definitely there's something here about you taking your power. It's in the upright. And I have a good relationship with the Devil in the upright, you know. To me, it's saying confront your power. Confront and own your power, you know. Instead of pretending you don't have any. And in the process, that power can come out in negative ways. Own your anger, whatever it is you're feeling, so that you can deal with it constructively, deal with issues constructively. And beneath this deck you have the 9 of Cups. So I feel like what this is saying, that you are working on giving yourself these 9 cups. Being self-satisfied is what you're working on. And it's about self-care for the next 2 weeks. Sorry for the way I'm speaking. I must just apologize. I've just had some dental work. So I'm lisping. Yeah. There's something here about playing your cards right. I just put this one in. It's not really a card, but I feel this is you. Maybe, you know, there's another 5 there. Wow. So you have all the 5s. Wow. So I feel you're going through a huge change. And it's related to all spheres of your life. Group 1. Wow. Really powerful. And here with the Page of Ace of Swords, my immediate thing here was playing your cards right. And I think it's related to your past. There's almost a suggestion. This is straight talk and honesty. But this is kind of also being wily. And it doesn't have to mean sly. But it means you need to take care of yourself. You need to your innocence, your wanting to see people or things as innocent can work against you. But take what feels right for you here, group one. But that's what I'm seeing, playing this thing of playing your cards right with regard to the past. Wow. While still being, you know what I'm seeing? It's about standing up for yourself. You need to stand up for yourself. Let me just put it that way. Rather, that's so there's material change coming as well with the 5 of coins. Maybe whatever's happened here, if you think about that, the 10 of coins, that's the 5 of coins, almost like a dividing of things equally, 5 and 5, but it's definitely a material change. And for some of you it's about a marriage. For others it might be in studies, but something conventional, family breaking up or whatever, but some convention. Maybe it's leaving you feeling like an outsider, but you don't need to. I feel like it might make you feel an outsider in this particular space, but it doesn't mean you're an outsider in all spaces, and you need to remember that. But also, you can take it as time to be alone, because I feel like this reading is talking about your own personal healing here. So when we are healing, we need to be in company of people that understand that and respect it. So I think that's one of your messages there. You get, with the 5 of Wands, you get the 3 of Wands, and it is about letting go of this competitive energy and moving forward to what you wish for, what feels more like your ships coming in. Because I don't think you want to be in a consistently competitive space, So what feels like your worth? It's moving towards what feels like your worth. And here in the advice cards, you have the 5 of Cups with the 5 of Swords. So it's being willing to see the spilt milk for what it is. So letting go of, don't cry over, you can't help crying over things. It's cry, by all means, if that's part of your healing. But also look at what you have learned from the situation. You have learned a lot from this situation, and that those 2 cups are standing. These are not worthy of you, These are, whatever the form they take, it's about the lessons and how that might have also balanced you. You've learned from the situation, or you still can learn from the situation. So don't be your own worst enemy as well, Almost like poking your own eyes, putting yourself down, or convincing yourself that whatever's happened because you have messed up. It's not true. I mean, especially, in any kind of relationship, there are more than one person there, or entities, and you have a role and that other has a role, but I feel like you shouldn't be blaming yourself. I think that's a key thing for you. And just accept this change. I think you're going through a powerful change, but with it, I feel like you need to be realizing your own strength and power and agency in this. Instead of looking at the negative and the blame, own your agency. I guess likewise, you can only throw blame at another and not see your agency in this. And maybe that's part of your lesson. Take what fits for you, Maybe it's a bit of both. And then in your outcome with the Strength card, you get the King of Cups. I feel I feel your message is about taking care of yourself before you venture. Let's say if this is a relationship, so maybe there's a time of healing before you can be ready for another, can be ready to give love. And I feel like the love needs to be inward focused for right now. Group 1, I think your next 2 weeks are about you taking care of yourself. And that taking care of yourself can be in words, like this can be negative words towards yourself. Lots of swords there. And just being loving towards yourself, like saying loving things, catching yourself when you say negative things, that kind of thing. So the self-care here is not about indulgence. It's about being your own love, first love. Okay, group 1, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helps you. Please won't you give me your feedback, and if you like this reading, and share with other like-minded souls. And let me just say, I've promised to do the zodiacs, but I'm traveling so much this month. It's just been really hectic. So if I can, I'll do for the last week of the month. But I think I must just be realistic and aim for June. Okay, dear hearts, I will chat with you again soon, and I wish you a wonderful 2 weeks ahead. And bye. Welcome back, group 2. This is your reading for the next 2 weeks, and you get Archangel Dorinka. And it says, hone your psychic abilities, see through illusion. And you get the wheel as well, which suggests cycles changing. Maybe you, group 2, are going into a time of the next 2 weeks are going to be a lot about you're going to feel maybe deeply connected to something beyond you. Let's see. Okay. There's your Wheel of Fortune in the outcome. King of Swords. This can talk about detachment, and because we get this about psychic abilities, I think that you are, for the week ahead, being counseled to maybe detach from the world and its influences, but it could also speak about you speaking truths. Let's see. So in the near past, you have the Princess of Cups. So some offer that you weren't sure of. Maybe, you have the King of Cups in the center. Maybe something that looked like it was small has become something bigger, whether work or love. I'm seeing love here. It might be, for many of you, this is about a relationship that's become more significant than you thought. And with the Sun in the reverse, you maybe are not sure about it. Maybe what's happened is that you've offered love, and you might have been frivolous about it and ended up finding that the feelings are deeper, but maybe you're not sure about the feelings, about the relationship itself. It's not clear. You get the Ace of Cups in the reverse, suggesting maybe you've walked away from something towards something new. Let me see. Okay. Loads and loads of cups here. Something from the past, maybe. maybe you walked back to something from the past. For some of you, for most of you, I think that's what it is. Something from the past came back in. And you didn't expect, you thought it was just a frivolous thing, but it's not. For some of you, it could be hankering for something from the past that you thought was not important, and you found that you are feeling deep feelings, but there's no clarity about it. And I'm not sure about that, why there's no clarity, but that's what I'm getting there. Could be with the Leo. You get the Leo card twice. And here it's in the reverse, and what you need to think about. And I think this is directly saying you need to think about your ego and what control you have in this. Like you might have a say, but you're not taking ownership of that. Let me get a clarifier. Yeah, you are unclear, you are unsure, you are keeping yourself you are too minded about something. Yeah. Interesting reading. You are too minded about taking a chance on something, I think. But if I look at it, it's almost like it's too late. Too late in the sense that the feelings are already there, kind of thing. That you feel more strongly about something than you thought. And maybe that's why you need to hone your psychic abilities in the next 2 weeks, so that you can listen to guidance from within. Take those. There's this two-minded thing again. Wow, what a strange reading in a sense. So yeah, I've spoken about that. Here you have temperance in reverse. So something is out of balance here. And it's like you want to bring balance. You want to get clarity. But there is a lack of clarity for some reason. And maybe that's why you've got the King of Swords. You know what I'm thinking. You might be torn between your rational mind and being too much in your head and this listening to your intuition. I think there's a battle, and maybe that's why you also get the Two of Swords there, you know. Very interesting group too. With the 10 of Coins you get the 8 of Wands. So this is the Happy Families card, and you've got it in the reverse, and this is unconscious. So you might not be willing to acknowledge that this is what you want. But there's something, the 8 of Wands can speak about something happening quickly to do with this. And there's the peacocks there around it, like talking about pride. So there might be two people who are not willing to communicate about their feelings. Or there seems to be a blockage in communication, but communication wants to come through. And it's about this sense of stability. You know, it could take it as it fits for you. It could be work related, but I'm seeing a lot of love here. I'm seeing, for me, this looks a lot like a relationship. You get the 7 of Swords with the High Priestess. There's definitely a resistance here, group 2, and that's why you are getting this. You are being torn between being rational, using your mind, like being stuck in your head, because I think you are being protective of your heart. Yeah. And so you are resisting this, listening to the High Priestess within, or the wisdom that the High Priestess is trying to guide you to. So it's up to you, group 2. I really feel your guidance. Well, maybe you can do both, but let's see as the reading progresses. Um, you have the Emperor with the Strength card. So fire signs is a strong indication of a fire sign around you. Look at that. Temperance, that's Sag. That's Leo twice. Aries and Leo the third time. So you might be dealing with the Leo or with someone that is quite fiery. This is the energy around you. So there could be like a bullying energy around you, or there's something about power showing up around you. I'm going to get clarify for that, because this can talk about giving away power as well. So maybe someone around you has given over power or given up on a relationship, maybe because they themselves felt the need to be self-protective, take back their own power. But there's this, that's for some of you, but for some of you there could be someone who is trying to take control, have control in the situation. It's interesting because the one card is in the reverse, both powerful cards, and they're both cards about power. This is about gentle power, and this is about, in the reverse, can be about brutish power. This is about using gentleness to transform a relationship or transform a situation. So let me get one more for that. You've got a lot of fire around you. Something is not over. That's what I would say. Something is not over. With this fire sign, maybe an Aries or a Leo, you get 2 swords and stuff like that. I think you've got it more than once. So it could be being torn between 2 fire signs, Aries and a Leo. Leo showing up in the upright. But something's not over. With a situation where that was about power, maybe a relinquishing of power. But there's also something very positive and constructive in this energy here. Maybe there were lessons to be learned, even if it's another, they needed to learn their own lessons about how they use power. So it looks to me like something is not done. In the near future, you get the 7 of Cups with the Ace of Wands. I think you are going to make a choice about something. So there might be here that, if I think about this, there was something from the past that came in. Either, for some of you, there's a choice between 2. Maybe because something from the past came in and then it's led you to feel feelings and a lack of clarity because now you're torn. And for some of you, you will make a decision about this situation, whether it's between 2 or whether it's just to move forward on it or something like that. Because there's an energy of the one, something really passionate. Something passionate and something like a chosen thing, very lovely. And here's your fire sign again here, Judgment card with the Queen of Wands. So I feel strongly you're dealing with the fire sign or someone who presents as very passionate. There's so much passion here. So let us, so judgment. What I'm feeling here is maybe you, so you have this King of Swords, which I think relates quite well to this Judgment card. But I think you are needing to make, use your head in looking at a situation from a different perspective, but like looking at pros and cons, or even looking at the value of that situation, but you're doing it from your heart. So you're doing a head thing, activity, but you're doing it with going within. And I think that's where the two come in. So you're using your head and your heart, but you are centered in your heart, but while your head does the machinations of just being clear about pros and cons, or what is beautiful and what not beautiful, or whatever the case might be, maybe things you didn't want to look at. But I feel like there's a need to err in favor of the good, because there's something really beautiful here. I feel something passionate. In your outcome, you get the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. So there seems to be still, the wheel taking its time to turn, maybe because you're still needing to make your choice. You might still be in that energy. But then you become decisive and get out of this gridlock of either or juggling, or whatever the case might be. I'm going to get one more there. And like you know that I don't focus on that outcome card as much, as because you have agency, but that's the possible. Those are the possibilities for you, group 2. It looks like a choice will be made. You will do something to move yourself forward. Wow, you'll take the power back. You'll take charge of a situation and do something and realize your power to act. And look, the cup is in the center there. So this person is using their creative energy, their intellectual energy, their practical energy, and their heart energy. But the heart is at the center. But you're going to take, it looks like there's power, that you will take your power back in order to move something forward and make a decision. To me, it looks like this fire sign is a very constructive sign in your life, or this fire energy, this thing that you feel passionately about. I'll leave it there, group 2. I hope this helps you. Please won't you share your feedback with me. Forgive my lisp. I've had some dental stuff happening, and so I'm lisping. And yeah, share your feedback with me. Give me a like if you like the way I read. Share with other like-minded souls, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye. Oh, I just wanted to say, I keep promising to do the zodiacs, but I think in all reality I will start by the end of May for June, because I'm just so snowed under at the moment. Okay, group 2, I send you lots of love. I'll chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. You chose this urn. So pretty. It was my mum's. And your angel, Archangel Rokiel. Enter higher planetary service. Be a blazing light. So maybe this week ahead is about you trusting your inner wisdom, going within, not taking for granted your spiritual path, group 3. Let's see what guidance comes up. Beneath the deck you have the 6 of Swords in reverse. So I would, it's kind of like, don't expect fast movement, or don't move too fast in the next 2 weeks. You know, that you are where you are meant to be, in a sense. You know, everything is in the right place, kind of thing. Except these cards. Okay, I think that's better. So in the near past you have the 4 of Wands in the reverse. So you might have been worried about stability, feeling that there's no stability in your life, or trying to lay foundations. However, for some of you, it could be that you split up from someone, or there's some kind of relationship that's having a bearing on this situation, a relationship that didn't work out in the way maybe that you had anticipated. But this is about marriage, and maybe this was a relationship that split up, a marriage that ended. You have the Three of Discs at the center, and this is the card of working in collaboration. It can even speak about working in collaboration with spirit, and it's in the reverse here, so maybe that's your challenge, is to do this. Take seriously your spiritual journey in the next 2 weeks. You know, our journeys do fluctuate. You know, we're not always on a high, we're not always feeling that deep connection. You know, it can go up and down, and that's okay. But I feel like in the next 2 weeks are quite important for you, group 3, that you need to be taking that journey. Be conscious about it. And here's another card of laying foundations, the Four of Coins. I want to get clarity for these 3. Put them all out there, seeing that they want to. Nice. You get the Lovers beneath the deck. So, you know, group 3, you might be needing to listen within, because Spirit is guiding you, your unconscious, your higher self is guiding you towards this companion, maybe a deep relationship, or you are needing to find balance in an area of your life. In the past, you might have been dealing with a Virgo. You might be a Virgo that felt like isolated, banished from either your relationship with Spirit or your relationship with someone that you thought was from Spirit. Not to say that it wasn't or isn't, but there's a feeling of being banished here from something that you thought was stable. Really interesting. You get, with the Three of Coins, you get the Five of Wands. It's like maybe you have stopped collaboration because you feel like collaborations, the ones that you've had, have become toxic or like just competitive. So you're kind of feeling out in the cold here. And maybe you are working on your own, building your own stability on your own, which is not a bad thing. It is what it is, you know. But I feel like group 3, you need to think about when and why you isolate yourself, right? Just think about it in the 2 weeks ahead, and I'll get clarity. Let's see how this plays out. Maybe sometimes the answers come, you know, it becomes clearer, let's say. So you get the Page of Wands and the Knight of Coins. What you need to think about. It's like making an offer, a new beginning, but a slow and steady new beginning in some area of your life. Maybe, you know, I'm seeing the coins coming up quite a lot here, right? You've got it here in your advice as well. Very interesting. Like maybe you are having this new beginning in creating your own stability. Maybe an offer will come in. Maybe you need to be thinking about where you want to place your offers. You know, you could be even applying for jobs. Who do you want to apply for with the to? And slowly and steadily sending out your applications, building your CV, writing your proposals, whatever the case might be, you know. Definitely 2 cards about offers, making offers. This is the slow and steady Knight, and this is a Page of Wands, a passionate page. But even here, this page is not rushing. They're doing things at their own pace. Slow but steady is a theme here, I would say. There is something about you building stability, group 3. I think that you are working on, maybe you had started building a stable foundation and it came away. It could have been because of a marriage that ended, and marriages can deplete because what was meant for 2 or in a pair is now shared, so it's more costly, just at a simple practical level, and you're rebuilding, and there's something to do with offers that you need to think about. What offers will you accept? What are those key offers? What is important to you? And they're in your advices. I think that maybe you are needing to do some visioning work also, like in decide, working with spirit, with this Archangel Rocriel, in finding your answers related to this offer that you either want to make, some journey that you are on, that you are walking towards slowly but steadily. Even here with this 6 of Swords in the reverse, it's like that shift from rocky water, or I'm not seeing a lot rocky water, but that transition that you're going through is a slow one, and that's fine, But I think the next 2 weeks are a lot of going within and seeking counsel from within around this setting down stability, and maybe around partnerships as well. Where do you want partnerships from? Because you get the 3 of Coins in the reverse there with the 5 of Wands. It's like you've been burnt by partnerships, by working in collaboration. So for some of you, maybe the answer is that you don't want to. And for others, the challenge is that you do need to. And I think that that's why this is important, is for you to work out what is right for you. But also, which partnerships could be right for you. Because one partnership or some didn't work out doesn't mean others won't. But you are busy building your stability. And for some of you, you are being encouraged that you can go it alone, that being alone doesn't mean being lonely, or you can be alone and a loner, or walking on this path alone, but you can get support when you need it. For some of you, I really think that this is about being a lone journey. For some of you, it's a mixed bag, because you get the 2 of Cups, but this, not the 2 of Cups, the Lovers. This can also be about your own integration of masculine and feminine within. In your unconscious, you have the 10 of Wands with the King of Wands. So I think you are needing to almost encapsulate. It's like a drawing on of all your reserves, of even doing an inventory of all that you've achieved. I feel like a journey is coming to an end, and it's leading to you seeing or valuing or taking on this maybe leadership role in some way. It's acknowledging the fire within you, the ability to create, the ability to take forward whatever it is. Maybe you have worked hard on something and it's almost like it's very close to the end, and that end leads to a new beginning of you taking a leadership role in something, group 3. Maybe in this, for some of you, see, it's this long journey again, slow but steady. Although for some of you there is this, the Queen of Cups, maybe you're a fire sign relating to a water sign, or vice versa, or maybe that's coming in. But there's definitely this I think the guidance is that whatever it is that you've lost, you learned from. And now you are having this new chance to rebuild, and mainly on your own, I think. I think you are standing on your own. And here's the sense of leadership again with the Hierophant. So there's something to do with spiritual leadership, maybe. For some of you, you are teachers or lecturers or in a position of sharing knowledge, not wisdom, but knowledge. Maybe you are, so that's your energy. And with the Page of Swords, maybe getting clarity around that. Let me just give it some thought. You know, pages are messengers and communicators. So maybe you are communicating something, maybe writing a paper, some where you're sharing knowledge, doing some research, maybe even. But this is your energy. Very interesting. It's like you are. This is the process that needs to happen. It's like slow but steady. Putting yourself out there maybe, but slowly, steadily. Taking on the role of completing a cycle and then taking up your new leadership role as the King of Wands. Your energy right now being this, sharing some information, maybe needing to articulate something. I mean, it could even be you communicating about something, maybe communicating with the partner about something. Interesting. And then around you, there's the King of Wands with the Three of Swords. So for some of you, there's a relationship that's healing with this King of Wands. Maybe this, okay, for some of you are taking up this leadership role. For some of you, you are laying down your burdens and you'll be sharing them with this King of Wands. The King of Wands is coming in. Maybe this offer. You know, this is in your what you need to think about, right? I feel that's the slow and steady. You are offering something that's slow and steady, whether it's a relationship or something to yourself, like building your stability, but you're willing to do it slowly and steadily. And with the Page of Wands, there's something that you're passionate about. And I feel like this is related to this feeling of collaboration, non-collaboration. And I think that you need to give some thought to that here with the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. What feels like good collaboration for you? Why are you afraid of collaborations? Where have you been burnt in the past? But what is your desire? Because I really feel like when we put out our desires or note them down, we keep ourselves open to their possibility coming in. So be clear about what you don't want and what you do want, I think, is what those cards are saying. But there's this activity happening here. There's a like a rounding up happening that leads to you taking back your power, or leads to you having someone enter that can bring this offer towards you, this offer of lovership or partnership or whatever the case might be, because you're doing that work. I just want to come back to this. So, you know, with that Three of Coins there, you felt that there was always competition when you tried to collaborate. Then you move up to the Four of Coins, which is building more solidity alone. It looks like alone, but it doesn't mean you have to be completely alone. So you might be on this path of a journey alone, but you can also call on people to support you where it works for you. So say you are a researcher and working on something, you can't maybe you are the lead, but which I think this is talking about, you being the lead on something, but you could collaborate with others, but have a very clear terms of reference kind of thing, and very clear communication about what you want and don't want from others. But you think about that. There's something about a lone journey, but there's also something about, along with that, knowing when to be with others. Likewise, in a relationship, some of us are afraid of relationships because we get afraid to be swallowed up by them. But we can be in relationships where we have freedom, and maybe that's part of this thinking that you need to do. Around you is this King of Wands with the Three of Swords. So there might be a partner around you that is bringing healing for some of you, this King of Wands. For some of you, it might be a past partnership that needed healing. But it's there, it's very present. There's a strong presence of a King of Wands around you. Fire sign, or someone who presents in a very passionate way, confident. I'll get clarifiers for that. Here you have the Seven of Wands. Oh my goodness. Wow, Seven of Wands. Now that's unusual, right? So it's like knowing when to stand up for yourself and put barriers up, and when to let them down. It's so simple, it's so powerful, because that's what this reading is about. It's like collaboration, but when do you and when don't you? So that's going to be your challenge. And I think that you're going to be presented with situations where you need to collaborate and where you need to take your own counsel. It's really lovely. Group 3. And then you have the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Coins. So here, a balancing of detachment and head and practicality. So maybe that's what your... Wow. And even here, there's earth and air. You know? Very interesting. Let me just give it some thought. So you are definitely working on building stability. And I feel like this is you being clear about, it's what I was saying there, being clear, and maybe doing a writing exercise about what this ultimate stability looks like. What does it look like? What does collaboration look like? Where would you want to collaborate and where would you not? What are the qualities of your collaboratees? You know, like really take ownership of that. Very nice. And then in your outcome, you have the Prince of Wands. Now you have the Knight of Wands with the Queen of Cups. So there might be fire, water energy around a relationship like that. But I feel like you're moving away from this. You're moving towards a more stable, emotionally stable relationship with yourself. There's some movement from chaos or unclarity to something that we're heart-centered, but more, the only way I can say it's like emotional stability. And maybe it's because you've been through all this and now you know yourself and you know what you want. Let me get some clarifiers here. And so you're standing up for yourself leads to that emotional self-belief. That's it. It's self-belief. But you're moving away from this almost like accepting whatever offers to a space where actually they need to satisfy me emotionally, because you have the self-awareness and self-belief. Right, puppies. I've got 2 visitors here. Let's see. I'm going to get a clarifier for that one, and that one, and that one. Eight of Swords. So you are untrapping yourself. So maybe you have been working on something, something to do with school, teaching, lecturing, whatever, or studies. And you've been feeling trapped, and now you are coming out of that because you get clarity. And I think your clarity is back to this taking time out to listen, to really listen, you know. There's clarity again there. And here with this healing and this King of Wands, you get the High Priestess in the reverse. So I feel like this High Priestess is in the reverse here, is talking about you knowing what to let go of and what to hold on to. You knowing what is pain and what is passion, you know. I get one more for. And you know, maybe this healing comes with destruction first of something, the ending of something. And you know, also it's about with that High Priestess here, it's about knowing which are good for you and which are not good for you, what guidance is real and what guidance isn't. So maybe you need to be aware of that in the next 2 weeks. And then here, it's this clarity about you moving away from this chaotic energy, or this lack of clarity, you know, like non-durable energy, to a more honest and clear communication energy where you are very clear and communicate clearly. You're very heart-centered in the next 2 weeks. It's kind of like suggesting that's the case, but it's leading you to be clear about the things you need to be clear about. Okay, group 3, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this helps you. I think it was a bit, a very interesting reading, I would say. And so I'm going to leave it there, and please let me know how it read for you, how it sat for you, and give me a like if you liked it, and share with others. And I will chat with you again soon. I quickly want to say to you, group 3, firstly, forgive my lisp. I've just had some dental work done, but I did promise to do the zodiacs, but I'm not going to be able to do them because I've really been snowed under. So I'll just start them at the end of May for June, and that's it. I'll chat with you again soon. I send you lots of love, group 3. Bye. Welcome back, group 4. You chose this heart, and see this heart, and your card is Archangel Butialil. Be independent, expand your horizons. Interesting. It's almost like that was the card for the previous group. Yeah, interesting. Let's see what comes up for you. Okay, let me just put those. You have the Two of Swords in the upright, meaning you might be conflicted about something. You might be conflicted about something, group 4. Let's see. So, in the near past, you have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So something ended. Or it could be about you not being willing to let something end, like holding on to something beyond its sell-by date. With the Moon card here, there is something that you are maybe blocking your intuition about something you know, but you're not willing to look at. Maybe you're afraid, and it might be holding you back from moving towards your dreams. Group 4. With the Queen of Wands here, you need to think about taking back your power. So, Group 4, this is why this card has come up. I think you are giving away your power there with the Devil card. You are playing power games or giving away your power. Definitely is what I'm seeing here. Strong indications of that. And not standing up for yourself when you need to. Let me go quickly through with yours. There's this Devil showing up, meaning in the reverse, power games. Not confronting things that are hurting you or the way you might be acting with others. It's like you are keeping yourself oppressed in some way. Around you is this beautiful energy of the Empress. It's like this wants to come in, or there might be this loving energy around you, but maybe because you are not feeling self-loving, there's a rejection. You're rejecting that. But we'll see when we get the clarifiers. You have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So there might be a relationship here for some of you. In the reverse, both in the reverse. So two people not taking their power. It could be you sinking even lower in this. Not taking your power, dear hearts. Like not seeing your beauty, not seeing your energy, like depleted energy in a way. And there needs to be some way that it's like you need to have an honest talk with yourself. Something like that. There needs to be some clarity. And with the Prince of Cups in the future, there might be an offer. It looks like an offer coming in, maybe from this Empress, but a loving offer. An offer that will make you happy. Well, that's a nice outcome. And maybe it's about you doing that work, confronting all these things so that you open yourself up to that, And Page of Wands in the reverse. So a lack of communication, maybe. Maybe even dishonest communication. But I think it's what you need to think about is where do you want to make your offers? And what does an offer look like to you? What does a good offer look like? In the near past, you have the 10 of Swords with the 10 of Cups. So I think there's an unwillingness to let go of something that has been very fulfilling emotionally for you. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe this thing is not time for it to end. Maybe it is, or that it's cracked up to be. So maybe for some of you there has been an ending, but it's not over. Maybe because it is full of love right now, With the Moon card, you get the Empress in reverse. So I feel like you are definitely, you're afraid, dear hearts. You are feeling vulnerable, maybe, because you can't see the bigger picture. And sometimes we're not meant to see the bigger picture. It's not time. But you are keeping yourself stuck somehow. Maybe because of your fears. Maybe you're not willing to just let go and say, I trust. And maybe that's what you're needing to trust. One, take back your power. There's definitely a strong element of taking back your power in the situation, even if it means making an approach. What does an offer look like? Or who do I offer my love to? Or whatever it is that you're wanting to offer. But you are being stuck, and both these cards are telling me about your head, your fear is keeping you stuck so that you're not able to move to what it is you want, that makes your heart happy, And you get the Queen of Wands here with the Devil. I feel this is, it's talking about, it's what you need to think about. How do you take your power back so that you feel confident, so that you feel independent, so that you can stand on your own 2 feet? Because relationships thrive, good relationships, I believe, thrive when partners both feel sure, are centered, and stand in their own power. That's a strong theme here for you. Here in the unconscious, you get the Moon again. So there's this element, there could be deception. It could be you and another love, and this love here, whatever, being deceptive in some way. It could be in not speaking your feelings, not standing up for yourself. So it's such a mixed bag, because there's this 10 of Cups. I think I must get a clarity for that, because the 10 of Cups suggests a happy relationship, but the 10 of Swords suggests pain, and it can suggest holding on. So some of you are holding on, and it's, on the one hand, it would look like it's worthy, but then when I unpack these other cards, I see the Swords cards, I see the Devil, I see the Moon card twice in reverse, which can talk about deception, and with the 7 of Wands, not standing up for yourself. So you know what I feel now? There's a relationship here that might be worthy, but it's not. It can be marred by your lack of self-belief. You know how we can destroy relationships because we don't trust, or there's a lack of clarity. So if there's a lack of clarity, speak, ask, at least you'll know one way or the other what the truth is. Here's the Queen of Swords, speaking up, asking your questions. And here's the Healing card, the card of healing and wish fulfillment. It's like the answers will come if you speak up, if you ask. But there's a lot of mystery, and in some ways it could be delusion, or lying to yourself, or someone lying, or you lying to another. It could even be lying about your feelings. And here your cards are the Devil in the reverse and the 4 of Swords. So I feel like you're being guided to withdraw from this behavior, this destructive behavior. Group 4. There's some way you are being destructive, maybe in lying, in you abusing power, or in giving away your own power. And then around you, you have the Empress with the Knight of Wands. And I think that the Knight of Wands is like indicating someone wanting to come in with a lot of love with the Empress. There's an offer around you, but maybe you are not open to it because of all this delusion and lack of independence and lack of feeling of self-worth right now. So I think you need to focus on that first, so that this beautiful thing that's wanting to come in can come in, for all, I was going to say for others, I think it's also about the macrocosm and the microcosm, that you need to be offering this self-love to yourself so that you feel independent and strong and worthy, and so you are open to this new thing that wants to come in. In the near future, you get the 7 of Coins with the King of Wands, clarifying King of Wands. So there's a need for patience with yourself, I think. With yourself, while you work on building your self-esteem. I think that the next 2 weeks are about you building back up your self-esteem, or just working on your self-esteem. Group 4, there's a strong element of needing to do that. You have the Queen of Swords and the Star, and I did touch on this. I think this is about being honest with yourself about your wishes, being honest with yourself about what you will and will not have, and what's your ideal? What is wish fulfillment for you? What is healing for you? And cutting out things that are not serving you, And I feel again, there's the need for you to do this inner work so that you can open yourself up to other possibilities, to these possibilities, whatever they are, whether they're from the past but something in your attitude can be destructive for yourself, group 4. So just work on the inner this week ahead and be patient with yourself while you do that. And in the outcome, you have the Prince of Cups with the King of Cups in the reverse. So maybe something comes in, but it's not this full offer kind of thing. It might be not as emotionally satisfying as you want, but things start somewhere. You don't go immediately to the King of Cups. Relationships don't immediately be everything. People are different and you get to know each other. So it's that energy again of like being patient with a relationship or the possibilities that come in. And look at that, the 10 of Coins. It's almost like a promise of something really beautiful. But you need patience, and you need to be patient with yourself. Now, here's another way of looking at that. That for me, there's an offer. There's definitely this idea of an offer, something new coming in. It could be from the past, but it's new, right? But if you are stuck in this lack of self-love, in this anger, in this not appreciating yourself and relationships, you can push a relationship away. And that's all I would say. But look at the promise here of fulfillment, of wish fulfillment, of beauty, of joy, group 4. Let me see, what can I get for you? Shall I? And I'll draw from here. I'm going to draw from a deck for you, because we do have time. Yours has been shorter because I think it was quite straightforward, But let me see if we can get something from the Witch's Wisdom here.
I need to get the charger.
Okay. 7 of Earth. Look at this beautiful card, but it's in reverse. It's the same one here, 7 of Coins. Being patient. There's a lot of abundance around, but there's a need to be patient while you build that abundance, while you work on the inner, I guess. Here we get one more. While you build that independence, and with the 9 of Airs, letting go of the negative self-talk, being patient with yourself. So you are on quite a journey, group 4, quite an inner growth journey, and sometimes that can look quite jumbled up and painful maybe for some, but it can lead to wonderful things. But you are building your independence, or you are being guided to work on your self-love and your commitment to yourself, and do it slowly but steadily. Face the delusions, face the illusions, face the fears, and open yourself up to the possibilities, by focusing on building the within, building yourself up. Okay, group 4, I hope this helps you. I send you lots of love. I'm sorry about, firstly, my lisp. I've had some dental work. And then also I promised to do the zodiacs. But I think in reality I'll only be able to get to them at the end of May. I'll start for the month of June. because I'm just snowed under, and that's my reality. But I send you lots of love, and I hope this helps you, and I'd love your feedback, and share with others, and like and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll chat with you again soon, Group 4. Lots of love. Bye.